Alright, so today I'm going to be featuring this palette. It's Spoiled Brat from Wet n Wild. I know my eyebrows are crazy. I already did a video explaining why they're crazy and how to tone them down, and they'll get toned down by the end of the video. So, just forewarning. As far as this, I don't know if I want to use this in my as a brow bone highlight. I might actually prefer to use like this one or even this one as like a inner corner highlight and a brow bone highlight. These were like the Heaven's Hues from You Can Be. I got both colors because I thought they were pretty. But so I'll either use those, what I also, because I don't tend to like to use silver as a highlight. I think that's kind of insane. Or I'll use like a regular highlighter. I found this one at Dollar Tree. This one's very subtle. Or I have this highlighter palette. I don't know. We'll see. But for the most part, it's going to be this. I already put down a base, which is this crappy concealer. And I'm going to do this off camera so that the video is not really long and just come back as I do each step type of a thing. And don't mind the mess in the background because Sprinkles was sleeping oh so peacefully, so I didn't feel like fixing the bed. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, I look a little crazy, but the reason I do this part first is because I have the hooded lid, and if I don't, the base settles into the crease and it's a big mess. And another thing that what I think I'm going to do, since it's going to be pink to black to silver, I don't want the silver all the way underneath my lid. So I'm going to do this like neutral kind of highlight. It's a very light one. And something I like to do because of my hoods is I like to do my brow bone highlight before I do any of the middle blending on my hood. Because I find if I over blend up into my brow bone, it ends up looking very clownish. So I normally like just go in and like I'll do my brow, like the little brow bone area really quickly, because I figure if I put like a little bit of product there, it helps prevent you from over blending too high and making yourself look like a fool, especially if you have a hooded lid like I do. And it took me a couple years trying to figure out how to do this because not everybody has the same shaped hood. And I don't want to get highlighter in the brows. The brows are going to get powdered down with a foundation to tone them down because I know they're too dark. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm going to go in with the rest of the colors from the Spoiled Brat palette. Where the heck did I put it now? I'll see you in a bit. Alright, it's a trust the process moment, right? So as far as like these black shade, like the ones that have like these glitters in them, they're very underwhelming. The glitter never really showed up. So all I'm doing right now is making my faux crease. And I do that by like looking straight on, and that's where I put the dark color. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the silver and blend this out into the highlight that I put there. And hopefully it doesn't look too crazy. And I'm also going to blend the black into the pink. And then I'll be pretty much back. Okay, this is also the reason I don't do my foundation first, is I get fallout. But I've blended the pink into the black into the pink pretty much. And I added a lighter pink because I like to place a lighter a color that's in the same color family in the inner corner that's like on my lid, and like kind of do a gradient this way. And I don't like to do a cut crease, but I do like to do kind of a faux crease kind of a look, so that's why I have the black here. But because of the hooded eye, right? And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to blend the black into the silver and then fade the silver out into the into the highlight color that I used, which was this one. And that'll be the look. And it's all about like I have to be very, very finicky with like my color placement on because of all this skin. Otherwise, it's gonna look weird. Like, if this silver goes too high, it's gonna look like I'm insane. I kind of look insane right now anyway, but I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and I think this is an instance where I ended up bringing the silver too high up, and I feel like I look clownish. But pretty much the blending is done. I'm gonna clean up like the mess that I made under this eye. Alright, I know I look crazy, but one thing I forgot to mention is when I do my foundation, I usually do the lower under my eye first because I'm cleaning up any fallout, and at that point I take the opportunity to do a little bit of eyeshadow under my eye. And I do like what I call the 3/4 method, so like lightest pink, dark pink, and then into the crease color. And if I'm not doing like this kind of a faux crease, that's kind of the way I place my eyeshadow too. I do a light color, a medium color, and then a dark color, because I feel it looks good on hooded eyes. And I always call it the 3/4 method, or 2/3, 3/4. I don't know why I call it that, but it sounded good, so that's what I called it. And yeah, I do like a pump of foundation on there. I carve out my brows, I clean that up, and then slowly I'll move this to the rest of my face with my fingers, because when I got into makeup when I was 14 years old, there was no such thing as makeup brushes. I mean, maybe there was if you were like getting department store makeup, but I just did what the bottle said, and that was blend with your fingers. And I continue to do that to this day. So, yeah. And at this point also, I'm going to do like any kind of like liquid contour, liquid blush type of deal. And then I set it all with a powder. And I'm going to set the eyebrows too with the powder so that they're not ridiculously dark type of a thing. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, this is a little crazy. You can't really see the white one, but this is what I call my Neapolitan. Because it's like white, pink, and then contour. Chocolate, you know, like vanilla, strawberry chocolate. It's the Neapolitan face, right? And then I'm going to blend this out. But that's essentially the placement. My contour, my blush, and my liquid whatever stuff. Something I also do is I contour under here, and then I bring it all the way up to the ear, and then I do a pump of regular foundation and kind of like blend it down my neck so I don't have a visible really line, but that little bit of shadow helps with like fluff, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Alright, and this still looks kind of crazy because I haven't finished blending it, but at the moment I'm just doing my neck and like the chin area. It'll get there. And then after that, you just powder with like one powder, and it helps blend it further. And yeah, I like to do the blush all the way up to here like they did in the 80s. I don't really go by makeup trends. I just do what I like, and I like when it goes like that. This side, I think I put a little bit too much on, so I will tone it down with a little bit of foundation. It's a trust the process moment. Alright, see you in a bit. And also because this is darker and I did like the blending down into my neck with the lighter color, I kind of do that here with my chin and blend what's underneath up so that there's no like visible line of demarcation. And then over here where I kind of overdid it with the contour, I'm going to like blend that out too. Kind of. And then I'm also going to blend the contour into like the blush so that it's kind of more seamless. But this takes a little bit of time, you know, so I'm not going to do all this on camera, or this will be like an hour long. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so at this point it's all blended out. I think it looks pretty good. And as you can see, I could stop now. Like, I don't have to powder. I do like to powder because that sets it and makes it last longer. But I just want to emphasize how you don't put, like, I didn't put a lot on. Okay, like, you can't see the layer of makeup like most people do. And that is why it's not overemphasizing my pores or my fine lines. Because what they tell you that that's texture or that's makeup, no, it's cake face. And you can still have bold colors and do all that without caking it on, okay? You can do that, just FYI. So I'm going to powder, and I like to powder before I do my liner and lashes and mascara, because I find that the setting powder will like fall into it and kind of like gray it out a bit type of a thing. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll pop on with my finished look. I know I've been saying that I'd do that, and I've kind of been doing like the step-by-step thing, which I also said that I wouldn't do, but I kind of ended up doing anyway. Excuse me, I'm burping. This is why I can't be like a tutorial person, okay? I'm not made for this. I'm not. Alright, hold on. See you. Alright, so now I powdered, and as you can see, it's very, very subtle. The pink, and even you can't really tell that I have heavy powder either, because I don't really if you do like a light layer of the liquid, you don't need as much powder for it to stay set. And also, a round of applause. I think I finished up my, yeah, I did. I finished up this CoverGirl. I hate CoverGirl. It makes me break out, and I still insist on buying it because of the coupons and because of how affordable it is with the coupons. But I finally finished this one. It didn't make me break out as much as I remember it CoverGirl making me break out, so maybe that was just because I was a teenager. I did have quite a few of them, though, this past week. You noticed them, I pointed them out, and I'm pretty sure it's from the CoverGirl. I didn't really like this one because it had, like, a shine to it. And I still have this one to open and use up. But I'm glad this one's gone. So, anyway. I was going to say why I do the underpainting. The underpainting is because as you go throughout the day, you're going to sweat, and a lot of the powder comes off. So, like, now when I go in and do, like, my powder highlight and my powdered blush, a lot of that's going to sweat off throughout the day, and then what happens is you're still left with whatever you did for underpainting. So, your makeup lasts longer by doing that, essentially. So, that's why I do it. Yeah. It's also nice if you have, like, a powdered blush that's patchy. Then, because you have a liquid blush on underneath it, it kind of, hides that. It's not as noticeable kind of a thing, so you're able to make crappy products work for you better. I don't know, just a little thing that I do. Alright, I keep lying about coming back and having the entire look done. I keep thinking of things to mention, but yeah, maybe this time I won't lie and I will be back completely done. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, so I lied. I only did the mascara on my lower lash line on one eye. And this is why I end up using falsies, because the lashes on my lower lash line are longer than the lashes on my upper lash line. And without falsies, if I do this, it looks ridiculous. Now, if I just don't do mascara on the lower lash line, I could probably pull it off, but I feel like the lashes hide the hooded lid, and that's why I like to wear them. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. Alright, hold on. I lied again, but see what I mean by how the falsie balances out my natural lower lash line? That looks kind of crazy, but you see what I mean? Like, I don't really have much going on up there, but the lower lash line is insane. Yeah. Alright, one sec. Alright, now I'm officially done. And it wouldn't be the early 2000s without a frosty lip gloss. And I also don't like to do like a bold lip with a bold eye. I like to do either or. Either the eyes are crazy and the lip is neutral, or the lip is crazy and the eyes are neutral. That's kind of like, that's a me thing though. You could do both if you want. That's not me criticizing you. Although, like, I know a lot of people like to say that, like, I'm overly critical and in the way that I come off. That's not me being critical, that's just me being me. Like, if you like to do it both ways, go for it. It's just not a me thing kind of a thing. So essentially, that's the Spoiled Brat palette. Not bad, right? For over 15 years old. It's still really pretty. But you can see what I mean by, like, my hooded eyes. Like, there's, like, no... You can't see the lid half the time. So it's, like, the one thing that I like about them is, like, I could do, like, this crazy color, and then when I blink, you get the pop. So it's, like, a big surprise. So that's, like, the only perk to having a hooded lid. Otherwise, it's not that fun. Because if you don't place your eyeshadow correctly, you end up looking insane. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope this took you down memory lane and makes you think of better times. Alright, see you guys later. Okay, bye.